After Vladimir Putin's famous speech at the United Nations in September 2015, it became clear to everyone that Russia had set a course to destroy the established unipolar world along with Washington's imposed rules. These so-called rules, the United States forced all countries of the world to comply by using military force and blackmail methods. Back then, Vladimir Putin directly accused the West of imposing its will on the rest of the world, with the help of brute military force and economic blackmail. And those countries that resist and do not want to follow the rules that were established by Washington are subjected to so-called democratic and color revolutions. In 2015, this speech by Vladimir Putin caused a real shock, and even then, it became clear that the West and the East had entered a new stage of confrontation. However, no one expected that in such a short time the world would change so dramatically, and the West, led by the United States, would so rapidly lose not only its military power, but also influence around the world. After the humiliating defeat in Afghanistan, the United States hoped to take victorious revenge in the confrontation with Russia in Eastern Europe. However, every day the situation on the battlefield indicates that all Washington's plans are crumbling like a sandcastle. Moreover, the United States also failed to win on the economic front. The Russian economy has not only not collapsed, but has become even stronger. All this gave courage to the countries of the world, and they began to express and show their discontent with the former hegemon. The conflict that has begun in the Middle East is only a consequence of the ongoing confrontation between the West and the East. And it is the Middle East that will become the last battlefield where the unipolar system of the world, which Washington is so fiercely trying to preserve, will be finally destroyed. So, at the International Valdai Discussion Club, Vladimir Putin said that the world is entering a new era. The era of justice. Moreover, Vladimir Putin also touched upon the current conflict in the Middle East. According to him, all this is the result of erroneous US policy. Vladimir Putin also highlighted the reason why Israel cannot live in peace with its neighbors. According to him, in 1948, it was decided to create two states, Israel and Palestine. However, over time, Israel was able to take place as a state and Palestine was not. According to Putin, it was as a result of these events that Israel began to occupy the lands that belonged to Palestine, and all this resulted in a protracted confrontation that does not end for many decades. At the same time, Putin stressed that after the current conflict stops, a Palestinian state should be established, and that this will put an end to the bloody confrontation, and peace will come to this long-suffering region of the world. Moreover, after these words of Putin, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov announced the official position of the Russian Federation. In particular, he said that Russia hopes that after the end of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, in accordance with the decision of the United Nations Security Council, a sovereign state of Palestine will be established. It is worth noting that this statement by the Russian side has received approval from all countries of the world except the United States, Israel, and the European Union. Moreover, even Turkish President Erdogan supported this initiative and accused the United States of fomenting war. According to experts, such bold statements by the president of Turkey, which is a time-tested US ally in NATO, indicate that Washington has finally lost not only its strength, but also its authority. In particular, President Erdogan reacted very negatively to the appearance of an American aircraft carrier off the coast of the Middle East. Turkish President Erdogan bluntly stated that this US aircraft carrier should immediately get out of the region, and that the appearance of Americans anywhere in the world always foreshadowed the beginning of a new conflict. According to many analysts and experts, the events taking place in the world have pushed the United States into a corner, and Washington does not want and will not give up its position without a fight. Against the backdrop of tangible and humiliating defeats in Afghanistan and Ukraine, the United States really needs at least some kind of victory to regain its authority and respect around the world. And that is why the current conflict in the Middle East is a point of no return, that may become a beginning of a new world war.